Cancer. This is the Feminine Inquisition. Welcome to your reading. It's a general reading, so please only take what makes sense for you and your story. If it does resonate with you, just leave me a comment or like the video, please. And thank you. I'm so happy that you're here. This is from May 16th through the 31st. Also, just to go over some details, there is a lunar eclipse with the moon being in Scorpio, right? So the sun is shining deeply onto secrets that we have held on to for a really long time, as we have a moon in Scorpio at the moment. Now, what is important to try to think constructively about what it is that you can discover, sit with, and release. The spread that we're going to do today is about the situation at hand, right? Whatever it is that you're up against in the next half of this month, we're going to go over the outside forces directly resulting in that situation, then your role in it, some action steps that you can take to resolve the situation and the outcome. Shuffling for Cancer, please, unless it's Scorpio. Shuffling for Cancer, please. May 16th through the 31st for Cancer. Can I get some theme? Nothing will come of this situation. What are you dealing with that you are asked to either not take an action or to step away and emotionally detach because it is not worth your time and your effort and your mental fortitude? We'll do a Queen of the Moon Oracle as well. Shuffling for Cancer, please. May 16th to the 31st. May 16th to the 31st. Show me Cancer. So we have peace on the table. It did come out in reverse. I'm not really reading reversals in this deck, but perhaps that nothing good or nothing will come of this situation temporarily gives you discomfort. Not sure yet. We'll see. So peace and nothing will come of this situation. Okay, let's begin. Shuffling for Cancer. Please like this video if you watch this video. Shuffling for Cancer. Show me the external forces, the situation for Cancer, May 16th through the 31st. Wow, we have a lot of information. Alrighty, Death. So we have Center, King of Wands. Okay, so the situation, the Hanged Man with the Four of Pentacles. Directly, they're telling me about how you are, well, the Hanged Man is in reverse, okay? So is the Four of Pentacles. So you are not idle anymore. You're not holding on anymore, okay? You were stuck, suspended. Emotionally, you had been completely holding your breath, trying to either understand that the situation would change on its own, or if you were going to take action to change the situation, and you were stayed in that suspension for some time. But currently, and the only reason why you were staying in that suspension is because you were holding on to a specific idea about what you wanted from the outcome, or what you were holding on to that you had already invested, right? It was about something that you had already invested into the situation, and so you were thinking about what it was that you were going to lose. But you're no longer suspended. I have a feeling this has to do with the King of Wands. Now, female or male, it doesn't matter. The King of Wands is an amazingly attractive individual, okay? Magnet. Someone who is, because it's in reverse, someone who's a little selfish, a little egotistical, someone who doesn't always have your emotional needs at the forefront of their mind, nor do they even consider what you need in terms of 3D material, practical items. For them, they are really all about passion, about fire, about maneuvering or manipulating the situation to serve their best interests. Now, they may not actually be a malicious individual, because these are sort of micro charges against them. They could just be microaggressions. But if you want something from this person, something that is substantial and emotionally available, or has to do with emotional availability, then therein lies the problem, right? Because you've attached meaning to the exchange and the interaction that you have with this person, and they just can't give you what you're asking for. So I want to be clear. I don't want to throw the King of Wands or the Cross Watcher under the bus. This is just where they're at, and I'm not asking you to meet them where they're at. A boundary is clear and necessary, but I want to make sure that it's only understood in the context in which you've placed them. And that's why the guidance here and encouragement is nothing will come of this situation. Because if you want, as a Cancer might, I don't want to put you in a box, but if you want emotional maturity and availability in a partner or in a connection, this King of Wands, isn't it? Okay, now we have here the Death in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, he's not changing either. She or he is not changing. He's not changing. The situation will not change, and it's not going to take time to change. The wants of the King of Wands. Oh, the wants. That's with a T. The wants, as in the desires of this King of Wands, is on a need it right now basis, like a need it yesterday basis. Okay, and that's something that probably disrupts you in some way. Let's move on, okay? Normally I'd like to take out all the cards and then go over each position independently, but because we got a micro book over there, I thought it was necessary that we discovered what the situation was. Can I see Cancer's role in the situation? Show me Cancer's role in the situation, please. Cancer's role in the situation is 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So your role in it is that you are coming from a place of being, like, perhaps you had a bad breakup previously. Perhaps you've had to take care of yourself fiercely in a strong way, in a long way, maybe like for a really long time, like you had to raise your own parents, right? You had to raise yourself. Perhaps there was a lot of abandonment in your history, in your lineage, in your ancestry. Perhaps there's something that you're carrying about this story of abandonment, of being left out. And so if this is in reverse, it seems to me like maybe you really thought that this particular connection was going to bring a change. And perhaps you were so devoted to that change, you actually said out loud what you needed from the King of Wands in terms of a container for him to be, or she, for her to be there, to provide the container that you needed, to hold a safe space for you and your emotions. Show me the steps that need to be taken to find a resolution for the situation, please. Steps that need to be taken to find a resolution for the situation. The Knight of Cups. Potential outcome, please, for the situation for Cancer, May 16th to the 31st. Potential outcome. The High Priestess. Right. Okay, so the steps to be taken by the Knight of Cups, it's asking you to be resilient. It's asking you to bring the love that you were taking to this situation and to drink it. Drink from your own cup of love at this moment. Taste it. What does your love taste like? Is that a cup that you want to continue drinking from? If it isn't, you need to change what's in your cup. That's self-love. Understanding everything it is that you offer to another by knowing what you need to be offered by you first. The outcome is the High Priestess. So, hello, connecting with that moon energy, your intuition, the voice within, your dreams, secrets. All right, let's clarify this abandonment that's going on in your life, that's been going on in your life, that you thought was going to take a shift when you met this King of Wands. Again, King of Wands can be masculine or feminine. Not about a lady or a lady's man. Clarify this Five of Pentacles for me. Clarify the Five of Pentacles, please, for Cancer. All right, so Leo is on the table as we have strength. You could have some Leo in your chart. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could have dealt with a Leo. You could have had a Leo as a parent. Here it is explained very clearly. So the strength to be grateful for what you have, to see the cup full rather than the ones that are down. But it's also something else, right? It's to stop looking at everything as if you're the center of the experience. These cards right here ask you to grow up, right? Because it's about an ego-dominated behavior. And that doesn't mean that you think you're better than everyone. Your ego can be dominating your behavior and you think that you don't deserve anything. That's still your ego, right? Because your ego is addicted to some destructive, painful forces. But it's still ego because it's not reality. You are beautiful in the eyes of Source, and you deserve everything and anything, and you are a magician that you can create this life as you like to see it. But if you hold on to beliefs that tell you otherwise, this life will be otherwise. Now, as we are looking at this, Cancer, we are seeing that there is something about your need for attention, to be the one that tames this beast. To be the one, right? Instead of actually wanting to go through the process of understanding how to connect with this animal and in its power, there's an egoic sense of, I want to be the one that the lion opens its mouth for. But because the energy with which you began that endeavor is all off, you aren't satisfied. And so then again, herein lies the problem. You were the center of the experience instead of the process of understanding what it means to connect with that beast. So if you make yourself the center of the experience all the time, it always relates back to how you were disappointed. Now, you're ready to leave the story behind, though, about the disappointment. You are. You're at the final stages of the shift, where you must remove this notion that things are happening to you. That is your role in this situation, and probably many others, okay? So let us think about how that applies to this connection that you have with that King of Wands. What about the King of Wands when you met them was a challenge for you that you thought, yep, how was he embodying the lion in that strength card? Do you are you cruel to yourself in the way that you actually search out emotionally unavailable men because you're afraid to ask for an emotional availability in someone who has the capacity to give it to you? Does it scare you to be in a very meaningful relationship where you actually get what you want? Because then you have to consistently show up and consistently say what you want. And you have to know what you want. Is all of that very scary and overwhelming? Yeah, like we can be just as scared of the light as we can be of the dark. So let's look at the steps that you can take, right? We got one card on the steps that you could take, which is the Knight of Cups. As I told you, it's to drink from your own cup of love. To bring more self-love and harmony into your life. Show me this Knight of Cups for Cancer, please. Clarify the Knight of Cups for Cancer. Nice. Oh, look what we got. Amazing. My cards are so funny. How can you take steps? You can take steps to being as confident as you possibly can. And what do you become? The divine counterpart to that King of Wands. Not that particular King of Wands, because that King of Wands is in reverse. But a King of Wands, a very attractive man who actually knows his worth, who actually knows his confidence and is in check with his humility at the same time, and understands to have compassion for the people around him, particularly the women that he's connecting with. But the Queen of Wands knows herself. Yeah? And she is noticed, whether she likes it or not. And she loves it. But the Queen of Wands is a confident woman who is capable and able and passionate about everything that she's doing. She's like, you know, in flow state in that way. Now, let's look at this intuition, right? High Priestess as the outcome, which is really a great card for you to be sitting in your outcome. Clarify the High Priestess for me as the outcome. Don't forget that the guidance at the beginning of the reading is peace. The High Priestess doesn't speak. It's just, she is guided by the moon and intuition, ancient secrets. She embodies all the knowledge that we could ever have as humans here in this life, this cycle that we have in all the past cycles of our life. Now, here, clarifying the High Priestess is the Ten of Swords in reverse. You're going to put an end to this situation. You're going to put an end to this burden that you carry. An end to this confusion and this self-sabotaging behavior. Yeah? Why? Nothing will come of this situation. This was very clear. This was very concise. It's probably the shortest reading I've done in this stretch. I'll clarify now and close off with the Threads of Fate. Can I get a Threads of Fate for Cancer from May 16th through the 31st, please? Okay, I think this is a misfire, but I will read it. Strength, 2 times in one reading. What's this? Surrender. And you know what you'd surrender to? You'd surrender to the fact that you are not the center of the experience. You would surrender to the fact that you don't know. You don't know what the outcome is. Surrender to the fact that you have to maybe walk it alone for a little bit. But this is the major Thread of Fate card, okay? The other one came out kind of like I want to come too. Strength. And maybe it takes strength, like maybe there is a piece of you that feels like you don't know how to be strong. Maybe it's outside your default. It's a new behavior for you. And then in that case, surrender to doing what it is that the situation is calling for. Right? The message is clear. Nothing will come of this situation. The message is clear that he's not or she's not changing, nor will they give you what it is that you want in this connection. But in order to achieve peace, what will you do? I leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Again, Cancer, if anything in this video resonated, please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. It's totally free for you. If this is where we part, thank you so much for watching, and ciao.